Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony in the middle of the third class trial.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
But
if she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, for a living person.
No.
Huh?
No.
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
So if they didn't use the sickle through the floorboard, but the floorboard was moved.
You don't know that.
Like where we're going
Some things
with this.
are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now. Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
Because Tenko killed Angie.
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
See? Nobody interrupts him.
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
But every other time it does it itself. Oh.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
Wait! I know! What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
We would have seen them.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Uh-huh. I think Tenko stabbed herself. Yeah. If it was during the seance, but not through the floorboard. Oh. Then what? She cracked the floorboard, grabbed the sickle. But how? Well, so what you're saying is she moved the floorboard, went underneath, because how did she know they were going to be in the middle room? Well, she knew they were going to be in the middle room, so she had to have at some point moved the sickle so it was underneath the floorboard in the space. But then how did she... I don't understand how she set this up. You know what I mean? I don't know. You do?
Nonsense.
Sorry.
There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
No, I know what they're thinking.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I see where you're going, but it's not. She's referring to. Yep. Okay. Oh, it shows you which way you're going. I said the wrong thing. Yeah.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit? She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
But then she had to have killed Angie, because why would she do it?
She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Oh my god.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
So she could throw it underneath.
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
She would have had to have done that first.
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
And didn't What's-Her-Face say that a sickle was easy to hide? Of course, how would you get it out if you were hiding it on your person?
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie! Why did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
Theoretically sound.
What?
Probably not what happened, but...
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
Huh.
There could only be one reason to hide it in the killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
That seems not exactly like Tenko.
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. He told me.
This doesn't seem right, but we'll see what happens. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking.
True.
That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe
Except
in
for why.
Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. And I'll make them all believe. Okay, great. Caged child Tenko's last
So far,
moments.
suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her,
I mean,
so she hid her true intentions.
this is what we were talking about since obviously the bullet. It's just...
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
What is this, though? Tenko died in a crouched position. The injury in the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. She wouldn't have the strength to throw away the sickle. I have to lie. Okay. Alright,
So
I
far,
see what we do
suicide
here.
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her, so she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind
It's
of
gonna
person.
be fucking hard.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle
Nope, okay.
and then
This is
stabbed
gonna be
herself
really
with it.
fucking difficult.
Finally, with the last of her
Oh, yes, I actually did it right the first time. Oh my god. It's like, I have to lie. Okay, I got
Tenko
it. But,
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor.
oh my god. Oh my god, I can't fucking believe that I figured that out. Well, I mean, now that I figured that, but I got it to work right, because I was like, let me hold the live bullet, and then I was like, oh shit, and I let it go, and I was like, fuck, I let it go too soon. I didn't let it go too soon. Oh my god. Okay.
Because she died instantly.
But she didn't, but that's okay.
instantly.
She's like, Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
I just find this really weird that they're always like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna believe in these people, and then we're gonna... And I don't know, it's weird.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you
Happy
forget
spaces.
that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Yep, that sound.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
That crack noise. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of a clue that will help me solve this mystery. Oh. Okay, let's see. Cage, the sound. It's the
Did
sound.
anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance? There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall, I think.
Oh shit, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in here.
Okay.
I mean, it was.
I
totally
accidentally
pitch
was
black.
trying to hold. I hit
job
the
was
wrong
to
button.
relight the
I was
candles.
ready. I was getting ready to fire
Moving along
the
the
sound
wall
during
was
seance, and I
seriously
accidentally held that and not the other button. And I was like, shit, I don't want to let it go. Yeah, I know.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
I just...
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Damn it, I missed it. Because I can't... I'm
concerned
not
about how
really good at aiming with this fucking thing. That's why I like my keyboard so much better. This is why I suck at these with a goddamn controller.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? There is something that bothers me. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Okay.
I agree.
Oh, God.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
I think that was the floorboard. Crack. It's too loud of a... That was not... I don't think it was said bang. I thought it was more like a crack. But that's okay.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
Someone breaking that thing.
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
No, but the floorboard was moved, so...
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but...
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. This.
This is it!
I think. Something to do with the floor.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Would the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
This is true. That is true. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be? Oh, I was like waiting for it to go.
All right, then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Here we go. Okay, let's see. Sound during seance.
So what made the floorboard come
We're gonna
loose?
use that.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, because it was on the thing.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
The culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Damn it!
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is...
It's that, because it's fucking spinning like a motherfucker to be a cunt fucker. Goddamn asshole piece of shit.
What made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force. Maybe towards the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
I goddamn hate fucking
Maybe
class
the
trials.
wooden statue fell over. But that statue with...
Culprit hide under... They stood up with such might!
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
I probably could have aligned it better, but I was like, no, I just need to get this done. I can't stand not being able to hit these fucking things because of this goddamn fucking game.
She's right.
These,
the floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Fucking things get worse.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure, first time we go to empty room.
Yeah, but someone caught the CrossFit piece.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the cross piece and the floorboard. Tango's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the cross piece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. And it would only one of the cross pieces was cut. The other two were attacked. But if they stomped on the way that picture was, you stomp on it would be like a seesaw. Like she would go wee, and that could have been the slamming noise for coming back down. But I just still don't understand how that worked. One of them was right under Tinko, and the other was at the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. Yeah, but I don't understand. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think, come on, think. Fuck, okay. C. Yeah, seesaw. I don't know where a W is. Seesaw. Hold on, I gotta see the... let's see. Wait. Okay, yeah. There's no other F. Oh, there it is. I think this was an E too, but I'm not sure. Oh my god. Are there any fucking T's? I don't know about, I think it was. Okay.
I see
now. These fucking, thank god.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Why can't they just say seesaw? Why do you have to fucking do seesaw effect and like all these crazy shit? Oh, what's the wrong button? Now I'm trying to hit the triangle.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the... Meaning,
oh, whoops, sorry.
If you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Huh.
Her whole body lifted up?
So,
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
But, and then...
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
The sickle would have been...
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
But it would have to be in the cage with her, and how the floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that's consistent with the evidence. Under the Sorry, I always hit the wrong button. But that's
it.
Okay, I'm really confused as to how the fuck that happened.
Was
because
at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
But we helped put the cage on her. How did we not see that?
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw...
But then how did the thing get underneath?
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
And how did you get it out and move? I don't understand that.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
I just don't understand how the fuck this...
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
We put the cage on top of her, we would have noticed.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim.
The only... Okay, wait, though. So the sheet was over it. There was no hole in the sheet. So if it was somebody involved in the seance... It couldn't be Keith.
That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
Was it Keith? He's the only person in that room it could have been because Kokichi and I put the cage on. And I would have noticed if Kokichi put fucking like a blade in there. But Kyo put the fucking fabric over it. So he could have put the sickle in there with the fabric. Like, oh, I'm going to put this fabric over. And he's also took the fabric off.
It's crazy. It would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact makes floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
And he knew the circle, so he would know not to step in the circle, right?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Yeah, this is... I can't, but why?
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
And then he plays it on Himiko, so...
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Yeah, blaming...
Why her?
Blaming Himiko?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
No.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
And he's the one who suggested the seance. Nobody else would have thought about it and been able to
Then
plan
the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
So, did he kill Angie too? Or did he work with Angie, or did he work with Tenko, like, in the first one, Celeste and what's-his-face, and then she ended up killing... Like, I want to know if it's this scenario where he was like, oh, you know what? We're going to do this, blah, 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 we'll get away with it, and then he had Tenko kill Angie because Tenko was the only one who would have been able to get in to see Angie. Or, you know, to help Tenko, like, oh, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. He killed Angie, and then she would have turned him over in the class trial, so he killed her. Only 2 people that would have known. I mean, that's a possibility. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? My favorite to always die, because I love him. He's a fucking nutters. He's like crazy. He gets so excited. It's alright, he's not Gundam. Gundam was just, I still love him the best. But anyway.
The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here before we get into more non-stop debates and shit, because that's going to happen like any second probably. I don't know. I'm just waiting for it. But, I'm going to wrap this part up here, and we'll keep going, and we'll see what happens in the next part. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.